Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're checking out a game called Insurgent, Algeria by Matt Denton, published by Catastrophe Games. This is a 1 to 2 player game, age 14 and up, and it only takes 15 minutes, 30 minutes to play. It's a good quick filler game between games. This one's on the 1954 Algerian People's Revolution against France. It's a case of a former colony in the wake of World War II asserting its independence. It was a bit of a violent struggle in Algeria's case. And I really like the artwork on this game, so just the quick pace of the action, and the cards have a lot of flavor on them, so it really gives you a good sense of the history, the names, the figures involved in this thing. So we're going to do an unboxing video for this. You got some rules. It's a really huge font on these. This could have been like, I think if they, with more symbols and smaller font, they definitely could have gotten this on one double-sided page or something. This game plays a bit like Dungeon Mayhem, if y'all ever played that. At this old game shop I used to go to for a game night. That was always a game for like 5 or 10 people to get involved in. But everybody had their own deck of a monster or something from Dungeons and Dragons, and it was just, fight, wear down the opponent's health bar kind of a thing. If you haven't played it, don't worry. So the two players in this game are the Algerian FLN, that's the Liberation Front, and then the French player. And it comes with 2 die, 2 cards for the 2 players, 2 decks of cards. Only one player's aid card. Focus. There you go. One player's aid card, double-sided. I did notice that there was a bit of a discrepancy between the rules and the player's aid card. In the domination area, it says on the player's aid card that if any player gets 8 points in any field, they win the game. But the rules make it sound like you have to get 8 more than your opponent in a field to win by domination. So, do you get 8, or do you get whatever your opponent has plus 8? I default to the rules rather than the aid card. I think this might have been like maybe just a mistranslation from French, or maybe somebody got lazy or something. Doesn't stop this from being a good game. You just kind of got to clear that up from the beginning. So let's see. Taking out these. So the way this game works is you have 3 fronts. You have your military, your diplomatic, and your political front. And you and your opponent basically get a hand of cards, and you play cards on whatever front. This one's an event card, so it doesn't really go on a front, it just sort of happens and goes away. Oh, wow. This one's a diplomatic card. It's Farhat Abbas. He does a, what do you call it, where you shake hands, a negotiation action, which is where you just draw a card from the deck and add it to your hand. All the cards do these little action thingies. Once you play the card and do the action, you put it, unless it's an event where it just goes away, you put it down in the respective field. So this one is a diplomacy card. So you would put that under diplomacy, and then that sort of counts as the FLN player's, the little gold symbol at the top, the action symbol. Once the action's done, the card stays, and that counts as 1 point in that field. So maybe the French player would play a card. This one is Raoul Salan. He has 2 kill actions, so he could, if he plays this card, it goes under military, and he could shoot 2 face-up cards. So he'd put that down. That would eliminate this card. This card, now that it's dead, now that it's straight up murdered by the French player, it would go into the graveyard. And yeah, it just goes like that, and you basically, by the end of the game, as soon as both players run out of cards, or I think maybe one player runs out of the cards, whoever has the most points in the most field wins, or whoever can get to 8 more than their opponent in a field wins. There's a bit of asymmetry in the game. There's actions that only the French player can do, like capture. That's where they arrest a card and send it to prison. The Algerian player is also allowed to play cards face down instead of face up, whereas the French player has to play everything face up. There's an expose action that exposes a face down card. Focus. And that would flip the card face up, and that would actually make the actions on that card happen. So you gotta be careful if you need to get something face up in order to kill it. Just be careful, because that also makes the actions on that card happen before any kill can take place. What other things are there? Oh yeah, so the FLN player, they can actually hide cards, so anything that's face up, they can flip it back to face down. And they can also do a jailbreak action where stuff that's locked up in prison can come back onto the field or something. And what other actions are there in this game? So we covered attack, that just kills a card. And then there's the bomb, terrorism. That's where you roll the die. And if you roll both die, if you get a 1 to 2, it's a miss. Any 3 that you roll gets re-rolled, and 4 to 6 is a hit. And it removes face-up cards on your opponent's fronts for each hit. So then there's the rally, and that's just basically points. It doesn't really do anything, but you put it down, you have points there. Could get arrested. Let's see. Recruit. That's where you draw 2 cards, play one of them, and put the other one at the bottom of the deck. Negotiate, we covered that. That's just straight up draw a card. Expose, that flips a face down, one face up. And then capture, that's where you send something to prison. And hide, that's where you flip something face up, face down. And jailbreak, that's getting stuff out of prison. So yeah, that's the game. It's fun. It's really quick paced. I love the artwork. It really gives you some good flavor for the game. They name a lot of people, show their faces, so it really really gives you a good sense of who the major figures were in this whole thing and what their roles were, diplomatic or political. Yeah, see this guy, Ahmed Ben Bella, he was the first president of Algeria, but he was overthrown in 1965, so yeah, it's good. I really like what this game's trying to do and what it exposes you to, and that it's just a really fast-paced, quick history game. Usually anything political, historic, or war-related, those tend to be really long feature events that you gotta really allot some time to. But this one, this just kills time, possibly between games, or just whatever. Charles de Gaulle, look at that. Yeah. Leader of a failed coup to overthrow de Gaulle in 1961. Neat. All right. Yeah. This is a part of the world that doesn't get too much coverage in probably more in France than here in the U.S. or our hemisphere. Yeah, so I like the game. Check it out.